here on A deck, I believe, with Ace, with Clover. We went through door number 1. We've been speculating with Clover and Clover alone about the possible killers of Snake, and we've reached the tentative conclusion, or yeah, well, it is a conclusion that the main suspects are Santa and Seven due to the mathematical makeup and the unlikely nature of 4 people all working together, because then they'd probably just kill everyone else, I suppose. But yeah, we need to have a look around this part of the ship. Can I go back to the Clover's room? Probably. We've got a few different doors actually. But let's have a look around here first before we go back to Clover. I imagine we need to go back for the puzzle anyway. I didn't click on everything in there. Oh god, this is a part of the puzzle we don't understand yet. What's this? Some kind of display? It looks like an electronic scoreboard. I thought it was a vent cover. I imagine it was added recently. An arrival board, like at an airport. There's nothing on it right now, though. The helm. Well, steering wheel might be a more appropriate term. This thing won't budge. Feels like there's something keeping it in place. What would be the point of moving it? The ship is stopped. What would be the use of steering it? Yeah, I know, still. A compass. It appears to be broken, however. You see, the glass cover has been smashed to pieces. Broken compass doesn't look like it'll be very useful. Sigh, this isn't good. So many drawers, but nothing inside of them. Nothing in the drawers. There's another room on the other side of the window. Are they not just mirrors or something? Yes, I suppose you could call it a helm. Steering wheel might be more accurate, however. What the hell? Am I going mental here? What am I looking at? Are there 2 steering wheels? An engine order telegraph. They use this on old ships to adjust the speed of the ship. Like a gear shift in a car. Well, it's a little different. This device doesn't connect directly to the engine. In short, it's a transmitter. The navigation officer uses it to set the speed of the ship, and it sends a signal to the engine. There's a handle on top of it which can be moved back and forth to... Hold on. Huh? There's no handle. Oh, you're right. There isn't. It looks as though it was deliberately removed. An engine order telegraph. The handle's been taken off. If you can find a replacement, I could probably get it to move. Human hammer. They're often used to subdue a large man like Seven. What? It was a joke, of course. Thank you, Captain Obvious. Ace, you really kind of suck at making jokes. Whoa! That was rather cruel. And what destiny does it point us to? I really hope you don't think that sounded cool. Oh, stop putting him down, man. It's pointing north. The wooden board with a circular hole in it. This room's just like the other one. Metal plates bolted over the windows. Heck, not just bolted, it looks like they've been welded on. No way in hell we're going to get those off anytime soon. Looks like the steering wheel moves. So it would seem. I noticed something else as well. What's that? Well, when you move this wheel, the compass also moves. What do you mean? The ship, it's moving. Ha! Tricked you, didn't I? The wheel and the compass must be connected to one another somehow. Do you think that's important? Well, let's try turning it again. Some kind of roulette wheel. Right. Don't know what you want me to do with that. Maybe it needs to match this pocket watch. I would rather go and talk to Clover again though. What is das? Some sort of square device embedded in this door. Looks like this is some sort of lock. It's got a weird shaped indentation on it. Huh. The shape. Maybe. It does look like the pocket watch would fit here. Nothing. Imagine the pocket watch is intended to go in there, however we may need to do something with the watch first. Yeah, sure. Let's see if it'll open. No dice, must be locked. Looks like this is the only exit. Okay, good to know. Right, what didn't I do in here? The rest of the desk drawers. Sensor drawer, nothing in here anymore. I want to look in these drawers. The right drawer, let's have a look. Nothing. Left drawer, let's have a look. Nothing. Wooden box. Right, let's have a look at the old map. A map, it's got the Atlantic Ocean in the middle. Hey Junpei, what do you think these red things are? Yeah, they look like pins. What do you think they're for? Who knows? Destinations? What do you mean, who knows? Come on, be serious. I am. So what? New York, London, Barcelona, Catalonia maybe? It doesn't look central enough to be Madrid, but I could be wrong. Cape Town, Madagascar, Northern Australia, I've forgotten there. Again, that doesn't look right for Tokyo, so maybe Kyoto. Red pins on the map of the world. I wonder what they mean. Hey Junpei, you sure you don't have any like hints or clues or something? Oh, yeah. Let me see if they match up. Well, the nautical charts I picked up earlier have a map like this one. Maybe one of them matches up to the pins or something. Let's see. Well, what do you know? Looks like this one's a match to the pins. Okay, so we've got 7 locations connected by straight lines. And each one has a word next to it that's probably the speed. New material's been added to the file screen. A nautical table found in the chart room. It shows directions of south, west, southwest, northwest, east, north, and straight. There is a word next to each point on the map. Full, half, slow, full, half, dead, and stop. That's what it says. Right, I need to write this down. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so south, full. Then we've got west, half. I'm just matching them up because there's 7 of each one. This might be the wrong way of doing it. It just doesn't really make a difference. Southwest, slow. And northwest, full. East, half. North, dead. And straight. And stop. What does straight mean? Just keep going. stay the course. Something of that nature. So we don't know where the starting location is, right? Well, I guess I can look again. We headed south and west. We turned southwest to steer around the continent and proceeded northwest. Okay, so they finish in in the UK. Can we actually see the chart? So they finish here. So if we start here in Japan, south, then west, then southwest, northwest to New York, east to Spain, north the UK, and then straight and stop. I don't know what that means. Maybe parked it. Alright, I've got the nautical chart that matches up. I don't think I need to spend any more time with this map. Can we not talk to Can we not talk to Clover somewhere? We need a lever for this thing, right? We also need to maybe change the time on this. Okay, I've definitely missed something in here then. Is there a door that I'm missing here? A replacement handle. Where the bollocks would that be? The chair. Clover isn't very talkative. She looks kind of out of it. Is she thinking about Snake? Where's there going to be a handle? Anything in the drawers? No. Desk, nothing in the drawers. Oh, what the hell, man? What am I supposed to do? I'm frustrated. Yeah, but I need to enter the speeds at the same time. So we go south. West. Southwest. Northwest. East. North. Stop. Oh, okay. What the handle came off. Huh. Stooping so low, are you, Zero? A handle! I've discovered I can exit everything with a right click, and it's empowering. Honestly, that was one of the best mods I installed on Cyberpunk. Just well, it wasn't even a mod. I altered the control configuration in the game files, and just to make the right click as an exit, because it's just so much easier to exit stuff on right click. So, I sure hope this handle fits. Excellent. That should allow us to operate the engine, order, telegraph. Let's give it a shot. No. Nothing's happening. Yeah. I didn't realise I needed to click on the exact thing. So, we're gonna go full, half, slow, full, half, dead, stop. Huh, that's weird. I thought I put in the right speed. Did I mess up? Ahead, astern. No, I don't think so. Look, something happened on the back wall of the wheelhouse. Yeah, you're right. Let's check it out. There we go. Cork to El Paso, so that's Ireland to El Paso. Is that in Mexico? I know that there's an El Paso in Texas, that's right. Rostock. Can't tell what that says. Where's Rostock? Sounds Scandinavian, maybe Sweden. Santos. South America, perhaps. Can't tell what that says. Cork, El Paso, Rostock. Yeah, alright. There's something on the wall that looks like kind of an arrival board. There are a whole bunch of words on the left side of the display. What the hell is this? The names of ports across the world. I imagine it's showing us the ship's route. You know, just like the ones you might see at an airport. Departing XX, carrier XX, flight XX, XX. Like that. Oh, I get it. It does look like those are the names of all the ports along the ship's route. It looks like only one of those has a time on it, though. The time on the last line, right? 10 seconds past 3 o'clock. Perhaps that's the arrival time. We've got the pocket watch, which is like 5 past 10, right? Digital scoreboard on the left side. Last line says 10 seconds past 3 o'clock. That must be the estimated time of arrival at the final port. Oh, perhaps. Well, what's he doing? Excuse me, Junpei. Hey, you just took my pocket watch. Hey, what the hell are you doing? Just trust me. No, it says 10. Should be fine now. Well, thanks for giving me the pocket watch back, but you don't need to look so smug about it. Let's see what he... Oh, he moved the hands. 10 seconds past 3 o'clock. Oh, so you changed it to match the final arrival time. Ace nodded slowly. You know what to do next, right? Give it a shot. The hands show 10 seconds past 3 o'clock. It's set to the same time as the estimated arrival time at the final destination. What are you doing? There's only one thing for you to do, you know? Yeah, no, I was just clicking everything. It's like this is some sort of lock. It's got a weird shape. Yeah. Yes. It's open now. Good work. Seems you were successful. Well done, Junpei. Thank you, sir. Hey, Clover. What? Look, we unlocked the door. Now we can get out of this room. Oh. Well, let's go then. Clover. But I've spoken to her more. Crap. I bet I could have spoken to her more.
Oh, a hallway.
Please don't tell me I could have spoken to her more, man. There's no button prompt to interact with characters. You have to interact with objects first.
It's far too narrow to be called one.
They found themselves in a small space outside of the wheelhouse. On their left was a wooden door.
This seems to be the only route.
Yeah, let's go.
Junpei pushed it open and stepped into the room beyond.
Wow.
It's like the radio. It was full of all manner of turn-of-the-century electronic equipment.
Well, these machines are weird. I've never seen any of them before. Huh?
Yeah, very like steampunky, right?
Wait, this one is...
One smaller machine had a metal bar that ended in a circular handle. Maybe we're gonna find a red, maybe? Ace seemed to recognize it.
Ah, yes. A telegraph key.
No.
These were used to transmit Morse code a long time ago.
He turned and slowly took in the room.
This must be the communication office.
Across the room from the door they'd entered through was another door.
And that door?
A metal plaque was nailed to it. It read,
Captain's quarters. Huh.
this is where we find out that Ace is Zero and he's the captain. Yeah, Zero said he was the captain of the ship. I think we're in danger here.
That's what it says.
Then, do you think...
Ace swallowed. Junpei could feel his hands beginning to sweat. Only Clover seemed unaffected.
Well, we won't know if we don't open it.
She walked up to the door and put her hand on the knob. It opened easily, and without so much as a pause, she walked in. Junpei and Ace followed. The first thing they saw was a man on the floor, covered in blood. He's got a wrist thing on. Junpei felt his body seize up, his mouth went dry, and he felt very, very cold. It's rare that we see Junpei fully like this. Okay, so Junpei looks a lot younger here. Has Junpei got pedal pushers on? Okay. Junpei. I know we've got a dead person here, but seriously, Junpei, that outfit. A flannel shirt, 2 body warmers, and pedal pushers. There's no way June is interested in this. Look at the way he's dressed. Sorry. Those pedal pushers tip me over the edge, man. The blood in his veins slowed to a crawl, and his heart tightened like a fist.
Not again.
Well, who do you think that is? This was the 3rd time he'd seen the horror of death laid out before him. He didn't think it was something he could stand to see much more of. Still, he'd begun to accept that whatever it was that he saw, whatever happened to him, was beyond his control, and whatever force controlled him was driven by a determination that he couldn't hope to match.
Damn.
A sense of helplessness and of desperation washed over him, and left behind a feeling of utter emptiness that wormed its way through his body like acid.
No, wait. We didn't check his pulse yet. Maybe he's still alive.
Fueled by that spark of hope, Junpei ran to the man's body, and his heart fell. When he touched his hand to his neck,
No pulse.
no iris in his eyes either. His pupils had dilated and he wasn't breathing.
Well, he's dead. Damn. If only we knew how it happened.
Look at his wrist, please. I'm begging you. Junpei lifted the man's already stiff body. There was a deep red wound on his chest.
These wounds. I wonder what killed him.
Junpei didn't have to wonder long.
It must have been this.
For lying next to the corpse was an axe. Where's the E on the axe? The entire blade of it was drenched in bright red blood. From the shape of the man's wound, there could be no doubt that it had been made by the axe. Junpei looked at the body again. A lake of blood stretched out around it. It was wearing the clothes of a ship's captain, although they were stained with blood.
These clothes. A captain. Does that mean this guy was Zero?
On his left hand was a bracelet. The number on the bracelet was 0. Really?
Bracelet 0.
It was only then that Junpei noticed the stench of blood that filled the room. How is I don't know. This seems convenient. He couldn't help but laugh. There was nothing else for him to say. It was too simple, too obvious, too straightforward. If there hadn't been a dead man on the floor, Junpei might have thought it a joke.
Junpei.
It may be wise to find a way out of here first.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh. Captain's quarters. Look at these carpets. Where's the body? Sorry for the yawning, it's just late at night. Sorry. Junpei, where are you going? I'm just gonna pop over to the communications office and talk to base. You're gonna leave me alone in here? No. There are still lots of places we haven't looked. Yeah, sorry, I was just clicking. So guys, we found 0, and to nobody's surprise, it's an evil bald guy. We all saw it, we all thought it, we all knew that was gonna happen. Yeah. Just wish there was a way of kind of roughly determining how long ago this fella had died. You know, how pale he was. How was he still warm? Was the blood dried everywhere, or was it still wet and that kind of thing? What have we got like the house music for, man? Murder investigation. What? There's blood on the chair. Do you think this was the dead guy's? Yeah, probably. Right. A lamp with a shade on it on the table. And something else, something metal. Looks like a music box. It's a lamp, but it doesn't turn on. Turn on! I don't think there's anything special about it. Music box. Oh, it's one of those old music boxes. How about we wind it up? Why does it sound like that? Is it broken? The pins on the cylinder are shaped all weird. I don't think those are the pins. It looks like someone put something else on top of it. I think we're going to have to take it apart to figure out what's going on, don't you? Sure. It's a bed. There's nothing under the sheets. A bed. There's nothing in it. This music's out of nowhere. They look like batteries. There's a cable running from them to the monitor. A chair, yes. What's the deal with this? Is it some kind of code? There are 4 rows of numbers and letters. They all start with 0 and end with 8, F, N, or V, respectively. Maybe this has something to do with number bases. New material has been added to the file screen. A numeral system chart found in the captain's quarters. 10 in base 10. Oh, not this again! 10 is written as A in hexadecimal, therefore 11 is B, 12 is C, 13 is D, 14 is E, and so on. This chart showed the rules for each numeral system. What happens when you get to Z? Alright, fine. And that's it. This screen shows the big hospital room. Oh yeah. That's just some random hallway on this one. This one shows the central staircase on C deck. Don't recognise the room on this one. The room on this screen looks really fancy. This screen shows what's going on in a small room somewhere that I don't recognise. And this screen showing what's happening on the central staircase on B deck. There's a bunch of weird buttons on here. They probably switch what you see on the screens. You know how to work this thing? Why don't we just press one of these? Like this one! Well, I guess it does change the... What the hell is this? Nothing on it. Oh, that's static. Okay. Hey, isn't that the door on the screen right behind us? You're right. So whatever the camera sees is sent to this screen in real time. I wonder if that means something, you know.
Huh.
Junpei snorted with grim horror for the second time since he'd come into the room. The 4 screens along the bottom had a single letter each, spelling out...
Z-E-R-O, huh? It's like he's making fun of us. What do you think?
He turned to Clover, who was standing next to him. Clover nodded.
Nothing.
It seemed that she cared about little. Of course, Junpei could hardly blame her. Given the strain she was surely under, Junpei was somewhat surprised she had responded at all. Still, he had to ask. He gestured toward the corpse.
What about him? Do you think that's really Zero?
Clover shook her head weakly.
There's no way that's him. Didn't I tell you already? Zero is one of us.
Yeah, right. Well, even if he wasn't one of us, there's no way that man could be Zero.
Huh?
Don't you get it? The letters that spell Zero on the TV screen, the captain's clothes he's got on, and of course, the bracelet with a 0 on it. It's too obvious. Look, this is Zero right here. This dead body is Zero. Isn't that kind of fishy?
You're right. Only an idiot wouldn't see through something like that.
No, that's not the point. So I'm not trying to make fun of them for thinking a trick like this would work. I'm sure they didn't think it would work, which makes me wonder. I think this is a challenge. A challenge from the person who's really behind all of this. He's making fun of us. Don't you get it? If whoever killed this guy really wanted us to think this corpse was Zero, they'd never have put a bracelet on him. Walking around with a 0 bracelet would be like hanging a sign around your neck that said, "I did it!" Anyone with a brain would be able to see that this guy is supposed to look like everything Zero is supposed to be. Just like we did.
Evil bald guy. Of course.
The killer must have known we wouldn't think he was Zero and put the bracelet on him anyway. Do you know why?
Why?
Like I said, he's mocking us. Too bad, suckers, this isn't Zero. Where's the real me then? See if you can catch me. It's the same bad joke a lot of criminals like to play. They'll just sit back and watch people run in circles.
That's really twisted. But it almost seems kind of childish.
Yeah, you're right. It's really childish. It's like it's just a game to whoever this person is. That's what seems funny to me.
Junpei bent down next to the corpse.
Alright, let's get back to the point. Who killed this man?
I don't know.
And what's this guy's deal? Who is he?
How would I know that? If I knew anything, I would have told you.
You have no idea who he is.
Why would I?
Junpei sat back on his haunches and thought.
We should check and see if he's got anything on him that might tell us who he is. Give me a hand here, Clover.
Huh?
We gotta flip him over. How else are we gonna search his pockets?
Clover didn't move.
Okay, fine. Guess I'll do it.
Junpei had no choice but to move the body on his own.
Here we go.
He grabbed hold of an area not completely covered in blood and shoved. It took a moment, but eventually Junpei felt the man's bulk begin to shift. But just as it did, something fell from the man's left wrist.
Hey, it's the...
Is he going to blow up? The bracelet with the 0 on the face.
Lastly, let us discuss how to remove the bracelets. There are only 2 ways to do so. 1. You escape from this ship. 2. More likely, which is 0. In other words, once the bracelet is taken outside the confine of the ship, or detects that the wearer's heartbeat has fallen to 0, it will shut down automatically.
Oh god.
Junpei stared at the bracelet.
This man... He's dead, isn't he?
Huh?
No, it's just... I guess I didn't really think about it until right now. If his bracelet's off, that means he's dead.
What did you think he was having a nap?
Well, it's pretty obvious that he's dead. You don't really need to look at his bracelet to figure out that he's dead.
We were hoping he was going to pull through.
Yeah. I guess you're right. It is pretty obvious.
Clover, slap Junpei.
Well, He looks a lot better than the other bodies we've seen, though. You know?
Oh my god, dude, seriously, shut up.
I mean, if there wasn't all this blood, he'd almost look like he was still alive. I mean, I know it's kind of a messed up thing to say, but he kinda has it better, you know? Dying from a bomb going off inside of you.
Oh my god,
that's
shut
just-
up!
Some of Snake's bones went right through his skin.
Oh my god, what?
I think the explosion must have thrown him against a wall or something. There was a broken bone just sticking out of his left arm. And,
Sorry, I'm sorry. No human being is this stupid. Suddenly, Junpei realized what he was saying. How could he have been so cruel? He clapped his hands over his mouth. It was already too late. He turned to look at Clover. She was glaring at him furiously.
What did you just say?
Her words sounded cold. He knew an apology could hardly atone for what he'd done, but he tried anyway.
oh man, I am so sorry. I shouldn't have said that. I really don't know what I was thinking. I mean,
What an absolute idiot.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. What did you say about his arm?
arm?
Yes, his left arm. You said it, didn't you?
Well, yeah, I did, but I mean, didn't you see it too?
Of course not. I could barely look at him. There's no way I was gonna see the details.
Clover took a quick, deep breath.
Are you sure it was his left arm?
Junpei thought back.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was.
And he had a broken bone, right?
What the hell are you getting at here?
Just shut up and answer me!
She shoved her face closer to his. He could see the fire in her eyes. Junpei winced and swallowed.
Yeah, he did. It was pretty bad, too. The bone was sticking out of the arm.
No sooner were the words out of his mouth than Clover's expression changed.
Clover? What's wrong?
What was he trying to get? I don't know.
Look, I'm sorry if I said anything.
Suddenly she was crying. Junpei wasn't sure what to do.
Thank
It
you.
was close to the last thing he had expected to hear.
Huh? What are you...
Junpei had no idea what had just happened. He didn't think he'd done anything worthy of thanks, and he couldn't understand why she would have chosen that moment to begin crying. So he simply stood there confused.
Thank you so much, Junpei.
He thanked him again, and then something was even stranger happened. Okay. Clover threw herself into Junpei's surprised arms.
Hey, what's going on with you?
I'm sorry, it's just... I'm so happy!
Why?
The body in the shower room, it isn't his! It isn't my brother!
Huh?
Was it on the wrong wrist?
It's not Snake!
Why on earth would you think that?
Because his left arm is...
She stopped herself.
I'm sorry. I really shouldn't be talking about this.
Junpei decided it would be prudent not to press her for any more information. She didn't wish to tell him. She certainly had a reason for doing so. Perhaps more importantly, however, if Clover was so certain, then she was likely right. That meant that the body in the shower room wasn't Snake. It wasn't much, but that knowledge lifted some of the weight from Junpei's heart.
But he's still alive. I'm so happy.
Okay. Tears shone in her eyes. Those tears melted Junpei's heart. And she cried. She'd pushed herself up against his chest like a child. Junpei put his arms around her and held tight.
I'm so glad.
Huh?
Junpei, you were right.
Huh?
No matter what happens, you can never lose hope. You have to remember what's most important, and that's to have faith and to have love. If you can remember all of those, that'll bring you good luck.
Clover reached into her pocket and pulled something out.
That's...
It was a laminated bookmark with a 4-leaf clover.
I only made it here because you gave me this. I was suspicious of everybody. I was angry and miserable. But because I had this 4-leaf clover, because of what you said to me,
Yeah.
Junpei hadn't thought his words would have had such an effect on her. Her words were making him feel a little awkward.
Thank you so much, Junpei.
She looked up at him. He scratched his nose and pretended to notice something interesting somewhere else in the room.
Oh, if you really want to thank somebody, you should be thanking Santa.
Santa? Why?
Well, he was the one who gave me that thing. And the words for each leaf, I got that from him too.
Oh.
Then suddenly, Clover broke away from Junpei.
Huh?
He looked confused. Yeah, me too. He hadn't thought she'd react that poorly. Clover began to pace across the room. Hmm. 6 steps to the left, 6 steps to the right, another 6 to the left, and then she stopped.
Did Santa really tell you those things?
Yeah. Her eyes were serious, but not angry.
Yeah, he did. Did I, say something wrong?
Oh no, not at all. In fact, this could be really good news, I think.
You think?
Santa knew about the words and the clover.
Hmm.
The only people who should know about that are the other subjects.
Subjects?
Subjects?
The other people who were in the experiment 9 years ago, with my brother and me.
9 years ago, so she would have been like 10, 11 years old.
But he's blind, and I was part of the Nevada test group.
Hang on. Nevada test group. Nine years ago.
So neither of us would be able to recognize the faces of the people who were on this boat.
Hmm.
Whoa, okay, time out.
Junpei held up his hands, took a deep breath and let it out.
Let's just calm down for a second, okay? Start from the top. Don't start with the end and then jump to the middle. You gotta start with 1 and then move to 2 and 3 and 4 and so on.
Yeah, thanks for explaining that.
If you don't tell me stuff in the right order, I'm never gonna be able to figure it out.
Okay.
Clover nodded.
All right, let's start with this experiment. What happened on this boat 9 years ago?
Do you know about morphogenetic fields?
Morphogenetic fields.
He did. The realization sent chills down Junpei's spine.
All right, how about this?
Okay, so maybe all of us were test subjects or something?
Theory of the telepathic mechanism.
Or maybe she's one of the scientists who worked on it. Lotus, that is.
I think Lotus mentioned something like that.
Junpei recounted what Lotus had told him earlier. Clover nodded.
Telepathy, huh? Well, that's not really it, but I suppose it's similar.
So they were testing telepathy on this ship?
Yeah, I guess so.
So, what exactly did they have you guys do?
The same thing that we're doing now. Exactly the same thing.
What?
Nonary?
The Nonary Game. 9 people were put on this boat, and 9 others were put in the building in Nevada, and the game started.
Oh. Junpei grabbed the sides of his head.
Look, I'm sorry, but I don't get it. What do the Nonary Game and some telepathy experiment have to do with each other? Am I missing something here?
Yeah, the right decisions might be transmitted to the other group. Clover bit her lip. She blinked back sudden tears. What had happened to her in Nevada?
The ability to access a morphogenetic field is affected by a couple of things.
So does it mean someone has to be doing a very similar activity or thought pattern?
The first is epiphany, and the other is danger.
Right.
You know how sometimes when you're up against a really tough problem, and then the answer just kind of pops in your head? That's an epiphany. And what you learn from the epiphany can be transmitted with telepathy. When you add danger to that equation, then it gets easier to transmit that information over telepathy.
So you're saying the Nonary Game was supposed to introduce that element of danger?
Yeah, but it couldn't be just any old danger. It had to be life and death. And someone did actually die. A girl.
Huh.
Junpei felt the sudden grip of despair on his heart. Something deep and distant and powerful squeezed, and for a moment he felt very, very empty and alone.
She was on the boat with my brother. I was in Nevada. I never met her, but I did hear her name. Her name was...
Akane? Ace. Ace, please, don't do this. The sound of the door opening was like a gunshot. Junpei spun around.
Oh, my apologies. I seem to have disturbed you.
Ace!
You two must have strong stomachs. I can't imagine how you could stay in this room for so long.
Ace glanced down at the floor. At the corpse covered in blood.
At any rate, Junpei, would you be so kind as to come and help me with something?
No! Unbuckle your own elbow sleeves.
I'm having a little trouble and I could really use your assistance. Come on, it'll only take a moment.
For God's sake. With that, he turned and walked back toward the communications office. Clover waited until he was out of sight, then spoke in a small, quiet voice.
I don't want Ace to hear us. We can talk about this later.
You might be dead later.
Huh? Hey, wait!
Clover ignored him. From outside, Junpei could hear Ace calling.
Junpei, what are you doing in there? Hurry up!
Grumbling to himself, Junpei stomped off toward the communications office. Right, guys. Interesting. The plot is thickening like a gravy. Right, yeah. So maybe no one has died. Number 9 perhaps is a stooge. I did suggest that, didn't I? That he's probably a stooge just to put the fear into us, right? Maybe he actually died, I don't know. But we'll pick it up from here. Hope you enjoyed it. Just remember, everybody, never trust an on-crate. I'll see you next time.